Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. That's right, it's Wednesday, new review day here on the channel. Today we're going to take a look at, I guess, part 3 and probably the final part to the whole Imaginos epic. Blue Oyster Cult, Albert Bouchard, you know, that whole thing. Imaginos III-Mutant Reformation from Albert Bouchard. Of course, the Imaginos saga storyline started up between former Blue Oyster Cult manager, producer, writer Sandy Pearlman and Albert Bouchard, longtime member of Blue Oyster Cult. He's not in the band anymore, but he member of the band for ages and ages. Him and his brother Joe, of course, the great rhythm section from the classic lineup of Blue Oyster Cult. So Albert has basically kind of wanted to put the final touches on the Imaginos saga. He's done, of course, we had the Imaginos album from Blue Oyster Cult in the 80s. That's a whole weird story behind that. And then he has, in recent years, he went back to the whole Imaginos saga. This is now part 3, should be the final part of it. Let's go take a look at this. Got 18 tracks on here. It's like 70 minutes long. This is a long one, folks. But if you're into this whole storyline, the mystical Imaginos character and his kind of like travels through the decades and from pre-World War I to it's a crazy, I'm telling you, go read Martin Popoff's book, Flaming Telepaths, the whole story of Imaginos. It'll blow your mind just how complicated this whole thing really got for a while. But anyway, so here we have, and again, just to kind of get a little bit more, so the whole storyline of Imaginos didn't just happen with the Imaginos album in 1986, 87, whatever years that came out in. There were bits and pieces of this whole storyline and this character throughout Blue Oyster Cult songs on all their early albums. So in a way, this kind of pieces everything together, sort of. Anyway, I keep going on and on here. Let's take a look at the booklet and everything else, right? There's Albert right there. And you get a nice booklet which kind of explains the storyline of each of the songs and kind of where it fits and all that, and who plays on it. So, of course, you know, you got lots of guest stars on here, and then people involved. So, again, you got Albert sings, plays drums and keyboard, does all sorts of things on here. Joe is on here as well. You got a guy named Prince Omega who does guitars and drums and vocals and things. You got John Willoughby on bass. Susie Lorraine does some vocals and narration. I want to make sure I mention everybody here. David Hirschberg plays some bass on the album. You got Sizon Griffin on drums. Trying to make sure I mention everybody. Andy Chernoff on bass. You got Keith Roth on lead vocals and guitars. Ross the Boss Friedman on guitars. You got the current lineup of the Dictators plays on Transmaniacon, which interesting, very cool. Well, who else we got here? Mike Formtail on guitars. I mentioned Joe Bouchard, he appears on here as well. Steve Conti on lead guitar on a couple things here. Oh, who else? Who else? Mike Watt on lead vocals. Richie Castellano from current lineup of Blue Oyster Cult appears on here as well. Steve Ridley. Eric Bloom does a guest narration on here. Greg Holt on violin. Kenny Aronson on bass. I just don't want to forget anybody here. I think I might have everybody. Joe Sarasano, lead vocals on a track. He appeared on the original Imaginos album. I think that's every. Oh, Kazem Sultan on vocals. Kazem Sultan, of course, was a member of Blue Oyster Cult for a while, also from Todd Rundgren's Utopia and Meatloaf and lots of other bands. I think I got everybody. Oh, R.J. Ronquillo also on some lead guitars. I'll make one last pop through here. Joan Levy Hepburn on vocals. Isabelina Kosai backing vocals. There's a lot of tracks on here, folks. A lot of people appear on this. I think I get everybody. Anyway, so basically what you have here is reworkings of lots of classic Blue Oyster Cult songs that maybe touched on the whole Imaginos saga about the character and whatnot throughout their career, as well as some new original songs, which kind of help tie everything together. So in addition to some of the original tracks like Buddha Knee, Ariana of Earth, Aldebaran, Alien, Take Me Away, what else here? Mothra and Starfish is another new one. Redeemed, Mountains of Madness, that's a pretty cool track. You also get reworkings of Flaming Telepaths, Transmaniacon, Career of Evil, Saint Cecilia, Curse of the Hidden Mirror, Godzilla, Are You Ready to Rock, Soul Survivor, ETI, Heavy Metal Black and Silver. And generally speaking, the new arrangements of these classic songs is completely different. And a lot of times they change the style of the song, like ETI, Are You Ready is just, it's like almost like a jazzy tune. Godzilla, it's like the riffs are almost done by vocal harmonies. It's just really different. You know, so, in a couple of spots, they kind of stick to the original concept. Like Flaming Telepaths is fairly consistent with the original song. I think Transmaniacon is cool. That features the Dictators. It's pretty heavy, actually. Career of Evil's got a nice different little arrangement there. ETI is fun. Heavy Metal Black and Silver is not quite as heavy. It's a little more laid back and hard rocky. I don't know. This is really interesting. I think if you want to hear some classic Blue Oyster Cult songs done by Albert and his cast of characters done in a little different way, I think you might really like this. And again, some of the new original stuff is pretty cool too. Some of it's kind of mellow, but there's lots of different flavors here because you've got lots of different musicians, lots of different singers. So as a kind of like a way to tie up this whole Imaginos storyline, this is pretty fun and enjoyable. I think if you're a Blue Oyster Cult fan and you've been following this whole Imaginos thing for all these decades, I think you'll really enjoy this. So I'll give this a 3.5 out of 5 star. Imaginos III-Mutant Reformation from Albert Bouchard and Company. Go ahead and check it out and visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below we get the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page where you can get all sorts of cool Sea of Tranquility gear like this wonderful UK Connection shirt, and our Cameo page as well so you can get a personalized video for yourself. Thanks for watching, everybody. I am Pete Pardo. We'll see you real soon. Here more stuff. Take care. Have a good one.